We're gonna start this video by acknowledging my biases. Transparency is something I believe in, and I have made money off of disc golf. I've worked with a lot of disc golf companies making ads and commercials. I've even done a documentary. I have my PDGA number tattooed on my leg. Right here. 167323. I'm definitively deep in disc golf. And it's because I genuinely believe that everyone should try disc golf. Have you ever seen one of those influencers that's like, oh my God, my trip to Thailand changed my life. My trip to Bali busted my balls. Yeah, I bet Bali's cool, but like, not everyone can go. Recommending things that people can't do is just kind of stupid. This brings up my first point with disc golf, which is that it's accessible. And in more ways than you might think. The obvious is price. It's actually one of the cheaper hobbies if you look at what it takes to start. You can find discs anywhere from $5 to like $30 on the nicer end. And most courses are free. And the paid ones are cheap. But the game is also accessible from a skill position. Ball golf is a great game. And it has a lot of the same benefits that disc golf does. But from a skill perspective, God, it's hard. Golf is hard. Tiny little club head, tiny ball, tiny hole, far long ways. Tough to do. Disc golf, on the other hand, is something anyone can start. It's not nearly as difficult. Any age, different abilities, anyone can go throw. 3 examples for you. Danshin, who set the Guinness Book of World Records for longest distance throw, over 100.
The South Korean and former judo instructor picked up disc golf when he was 90 years old.
It makes me very happy to play because it helps me to prolong my life. It makes me strong, not only physically, but also mentally.
In late October, Don tossed a disc 189 feet, the longest anyone has his age.
Rest in peace, Don. Another cool example, Johannes Kropf is an advocate for adaptive disc golf, and he plays from his wheelchair in Germany.
So there's always been one hole on my home course, which I have never shown you on video, because as you can maybe see up there, there's stairs that lead to the second part of the fairway, and I can't get up there with a wheelchair. But today, I can show it to you for the first time, thanks to the awesome volunteers in my community. My community came together, and they moved major amounts of dirt to build this ramp on the backside, so I can finally get up to the fairway and play this hole. So thank you to everyone who made this possible.
Or Daniel Potts, he's British, right? Where's he from?
And then it wasn't until I found...
No, he's not British. I think I just... Potts! Or Daniel Potts, who plays disc golf without arms. He's also a drummer, by the way, which is super cool.
My first drum teacher said, I said, hey, do you think this is possible? And she said, yes.
So cool, dude. So in summary, it's affordable, and skill-wise, it's accessible to start. People of all different abilities are getting out and throwing frisbees because they can. It's actually really accessible. If there's a course near you, you're gonna be able to play, and the amount of courses are growing up kind of fast, so your odds are good. And once you get out, even if you're terrible at it, disc golf is at minimum a wonderful way to get outside. In Canada, doctors will prescribe national and provincial park passes for mental and physical well-being. Getting outside is proven to be beneficial to your quality of life, and in the US, I found that we stink at it. In the disc golf community, we often refer to it as a hike with a purpose, because by the end of your round, you'll have walked 1.5 miles to 3 or 4 miles, depending on the course, through the woods. It's a really good way to facilitate getting outside, getting into nature, and being off screens. And the courses can be beautiful. I've been to forest courses, I've been to tropical courses, I've been to mountain courses, I've been to desert courses, and they all are just fascinatingly different. It's super incorporated with its environment. Especially compared to golf, disc golf courses work way more harmoniously with their environment, especially when it comes to water use. Ball golf courses need a lot of water to maintain the grass, maintain the greens. Disc golf courses are in deserts. This is going to be especially important once the water wars start. In summary, disc golf gets me outside, exercising, off screens, physically moving, and it directly improves my quality of life. I'm not afraid to say that. So not only is it amazing for physical and mental health, but also for mental growth. It's fine. So my personal journey with disc golf started out with casual play. But at some point, as is typical with disc golf, you start throwing them and they start flying. And you start to get some expectations for yourself because you're kind of doing it now. This, for me, led to lots of tantrums. I remember one time I chucked the disc into the woods, couldn't find it, was the third last disc of the day, and so I just left on hole 14. I just gave up. It's like, I don't care, we're leaving. But in 2023, I got the privilege of interviewing Kristen Tatar about what it takes to win a Worlds. And I shit you not, dude. Listening to this woman speak about this stuff is inspirational, dude. And it has changed my outlook on not just disc golf, but on life. Not to be dramatic.
I do try to control myself. And also I have that knowing that I am not my emotions. We are here, we can experience all the emotions, positive, negative, everything. But this is not what defines us. And I think we are stronger than our emotions. And also I hold the power of changing those feelings and emotions. In that kind of moment, I try to remind myself that I hold the power, not anybody else. Mm-hmm. I understood that I didn't birdie because of my nerves. So I got into my own way. And again, I am the solution of it. So for a second, I got mad at myself, but then I switched it around and was focused again on the next shot.
By the way, the full 12-minute interview is on the PDGA YouTube. They just uploaded it. It's worth the watch, man. I grew up playing basketball before I realized I was going to cap out at 5'8". And something I found in basketball is that your nerves and the way your brain and body interact is different than in a sport like golf, because in basketball, the adrenaline, the running, it can be a lot more of an instinctual sport and a reaction sport. Whereas with disc golf, it's more like a series of free throws. You can let your mind into the performance. In this way, disc golf is a regular test of emotional regulation, focus, and tying it to physical execution. Every single throw you do, with the pauses in between, is about bringing yourself back to the present moment and doing your best. Not worrying about the shots you had before that missed, not worrying about the score you want in the future. Focus on what you're doing right now. If you play like a local tournament, you're gonna hear somebody say, probably gonna miss this one too. I hope we hit one of these.
I know, or at least close.
I know, we'll be close on yours. Every time! It's them letting their mental state start to conquer what they're doing, which is at any point in time, just trying to throw the best shot you can. And that's a life lesson. Disc golf won't fix you, but it does give you essentially low stakes opportunities that you still care about to practice this. It's a test. It's a way to get reps in. And man, I just love that that exists, because normally it's a high stakes thing. Relationships, work. Normally there's more stakes, but with disc golf, it's just a game. But yet we care. It's such a good test. And it's a test you can do alongside an excellent community. In disc golf, it's not uncommon, if you're playing a solo round, to tag up with another solo or a group. You get to play the course together, make some new friends, learn about the course layout. And in my over a decade of playing, never once have I regretted it. I've thrown with a bunch of gas station clerks, award-winning chefs, business owners, graphic designers, and even one time, a Hollywood editor. Quick story, we're out in LA filming The Holy Shot. We're leaving that day, so I have to play Oak Grove, because it's the first course. Early in the morning, and I start throwing, and there's a guy in the middle of the fairway on his phone. Toss it over his head, pretty good shot. Not to brag. And as I pass him, I say, hey, can I throw with you? Because I've never played here before. So we start throwing, and a hole or two later, I ask what he does, and he is Steven Soderbergh's editor in Hollywood. Like, this man has worked on films. This man is a career professional. And I'm like, I'm making a movie right now. Can I please pick your brain on this? And for the rest of the round, we talk about the process, the story, how I should organize things. He gives me his contact information. I send him a rough cut of the Holy Shot, and he gives me invaluable feedback that helped the film get better. And I just met this guy like on the course, just randomly, a stranger. Every single time I've played with a stranger, it's just been a joy. It's like in disc golf, everyone sets aside their differences and focuses on the fact that they all just love throwing frisbees together. And for that reason, it's incredibly welcoming. Grow the sport in disc golf is a common saying because everyone just wants other people to experience what they've experienced in the game, which is that it's f***ing sick. And I'm gonna shout out the people working on the tour, working with these companies, and the disc golf YouTube sphere. The DGN guys, they work so hard, and they do it because they love the game. And the disc golf YouTube people, creative people, pumping out just engaging content, pushing forward environmental goals like Trash Panda. I mean, is this even in frame? Would love to collab, by the way, so check your DMs. Not to mention now, engineering YouTube that's crossed over with disc golf. Oh, so cool. All the disc throwing machines I've been seeing are so cool. There is so much good disc golf content out there. And it helps that disc golf is beautiful. I'm not gonna talk much here. Beautiful is more of a show, not tell sort of situation, and I talk enough. So what I'll do instead is I'm just gonna play a bunch of clips that never made an edit, have just been chilling on the hard drives forever. Enjoy. Disc golf has given me so much. And I'll just be honest, it's given me more than it will give most people who ever try it. But I also know that regardless of who plays, it will be accessible to them to try and get the chance to be outside, getting exercise, getting the sun with a group of friends that you can spend a lifetime playing with. You can play disc golf until you die. Okay, cool. You're convinced. Wow, it's been like 10, 20 minutes and you're finally convinced. How do you get started? Go to a local disc store or hit up like a Play It Again. They've got a good cheap used section and get a putter or ask for a good recommendation from the staff. Then download the UDisc app because it's free and it's excellent, and use that to find courses near you. And it's also a great way to find local leagues around you if you're trying to engage with the community. Then, if you stick with it and you really like it, consider becoming a PDGA member, because then you get to go play in sanctioned tournaments, which is like the center of your disc golf community. It's where like the most passionate players are. But ultimately, do whatever you want, regardless of age, ability, desire, any of it. Disc golf has something to offer you. And with that, thank you for watching. If you're not new here, I'm gonna continue to thank you, because the fact that there are still people that have been around my dead channel, it's a big deal to me. Y'all are real people. This isn't some amorphous blob. These are real people who are supporting me, and that's crazy. So thank you to the viewers that are still around. God, wow. I'm just in awe of your patience. Also, if you got to this video because you're a big disc golf fan, this channel is not a disc golf channel. I just love disc golf. You're going to see more of that content over on our Lunchbox page. That's where we're going to post more stuff that you're going to find relevant. If you are new here, consider going out and throwing. And if you see me on the course, don't be a stranger. Say hello. I'm very extroverted. I'll say hello back. And I'll either catch you on the course or I'll catch you in the next video. Deuces.